the artist, Polish-born, living in Berlin, Ryszard Wasko. I consider him a kind of electrical phenomenon. And by that I mean there are two qualities that often I look for in artists. One of those is resistance, and the other is transformation. It takes a resistor and a transformer to create a current. And the current of Ryszard Wasko is exceptional. Prior to coming to New York in 1990, we actually met in 1991. This was at the invitation of Alana Heiss, who asked Ryszard to function as a curator at PS1 Long Island City. A decade earlier, he was developing his reputation in Europe in video, film, photography. This was primarily in Poland. It continued in Germany and the UK and elsewhere, where he was further recognized for his hybrid conceptual paintings and sculpture. Despite political confrontations and economic hardships, Wasko has always found a way to persist as an artist. He has chosen to go to the depths of the human condition in order to find his creative origins. During the period of solidarity and martial law in Poland in the early 1980s, his transformative persona and organizational genius embraced the role of curating underground exhibitions. Within a short period of time, he was accused by the government of anti-communist agitation and was in danger of being incarcerated. In the middle of the night, he was told he had to leave. Wasko was forced to flee his country for 7 years, living in exile, first in Munich and eventually in Berlin. Once the wall came down in 1989, he decided to return to his hometown of Łódź in Poland. It was here he organized the International Artist Museum and continued to promote a series of large-scale international events for artists, which he called Construction in Process. This aspect of Wasko's career carried considerable momentum and continued intermittently until the year 2000. On 7 occasions, he invited artists from diverse corners of the globe to work and to congregate in Germany, Poland, Israel, and Australia, with virtually no official funding. In doing so, he made it possible for artists to meet one another and to engage in making art that carried an incisive humanist agenda. He believed that truly dedicated artists working together could conceivably make a better world. In recent years, Wasko has been honored with a retrospective in Poland and has been included in several important exhibitions throughout Europe. He believes in art that is real and advocates art that relies on a humble, intimate means of production, whether or not the money is close at hand. The energy behind his art is what gives it meaning. He is a charismatic speaker and listener who advocates in favor of artists who seek knowledge as a way of life. He believes in works of art that share both clarity and a depth of understanding. As I speak tonight, Wasko is in Berlin, working against a deadline in preparation for the next version of Construction in Process, which will open in 3 weeks. This time it will be called The New Sensibility and is scheduled to open in early June and continue through the summer months. Wasko understands that for artists to continue to maintain a relevant position in our global environment, they need to believe in one another. The creative spirit endures even during the most impossible times, often under the most dire circumstances. To accept this award tonight, I would like to introduce the brilliant filmmaker and magnificent wife of the artist, Maria Wasko. Maria, would you kindly step forward to accept this award?